Imagine sitting in a cozy living room. A sweet, smiling old lady hands you a teacup. She offers you a plate of freshly baked chocolate tea cakes. They look delicious. You take a bite. It's crunchy, sweet, and melts in your mouth. But what if I told you that the crunchy texture in that cake was human bone, and the sweet taste was dried human blood? Meet Leonarda Cianciulli, the sweet Italian grandmother who turned her friends into soap and snacks. To understand a monster, you have to look at how they were made. Leonarda was born in Italy in 1894. Her life was drenched in misery from the very beginning. As a young woman, she attempted suicide twice. When she married a man her parents didn't approve of, her own mother cursed her on her wedding day, wishing her a life of endless suffering. And the curse actually worked. Leonarda became pregnant 17 times. She suffered 3 miscarriages. 10 of her children died when they were just babies. Out of 17 pregnancies, only 4 children survived. Losing 13 children would break anyone's mind. For Leonarda, it shattered her sanity completely. She became fiercely, obsessively protective of her 4 surviving children. She visited a fortune teller who told her a chilling prophecy. In your right hand I see prison, in your left a criminal asylum. In 1939, the shadow of World War II fell over Italy. Her favorite son, Giuseppe, was drafted into the Italian army. Leonarda's mind snapped. She couldn't lose another child. She believed the only way to protect her son from death was to offer death something else in return: human sacrifices. Leonarda didn't hunt strangers in the dark. She targeted her friends, lonely, vulnerable women who trusted her deeply. Her first victim was Faustina. Faustina was a lifelong spinster, desperate to find a husband. Leonarda, playing the role of a helpful friend, told Faustina she had found a wealthy partner for her in another town. She told Faustina to write letters to her family saying she was leaving, and to bring all her life savings. When Faustina sat down to drink a final cup of tea before her journey, Leonarda walked quietly behind her. She split her skull open with an axe. She dragged Faustina's body into a closet, cut her into 9 pieces, and collected her blood in a basin. Leonarda wasn't just a killer, she was practical. She threw the 9 chunks of Faustina's body into a massive boiling pot. She added 7 kilograms of caustic soda, a highly corrosive chemical, and stirred the flesh until it melted into a thick, dark mush. She poured the sludge into a nearby septic tank, but she kept the blood. She waited for Faustina's blood to coagulate, dried it in the oven, ground it into a fine powder, and mixed it with flour, sugar, and chocolate. She baked a fresh batch of crunchy tea cakes. She served those exact cakes to the neighbors who came to visit. She even ate them herself. A few months later, she did it again. Her second victim was Francesca, a woman looking for a job. Same tea, same axe, same boiling pot. But her third and final victim was her masterpiece. Virginia was a former soprano singer. After splitting Virginia's head open and chopping her up, Leonarda noticed something different. In her own terrifying police confession, she later wrote, "Her flesh was fat and white. When it melted, I added a bottle of cologne, and after a long time on the boil, I was able to make some most acceptable creamy soap. I gave bars to neighbors and acquaintances. The cakes, too, were better. That woman was really sweet. She was bathing with her friends, and she was eating them, but she got careless. Virginia's sister-in-law got suspicious of her sudden disappearance and went straight to the police. When the police searched Leonarda's house, they didn't find bodies. They found the axe, the massive pot, the soap, and the leftover dried blood. When they arrested her son, thinking he was the killer, Leonarda finally confessed. She wanted to protect him. During her trial, she didn't cry. She didn't apologize. In fact, she was highly offended when the prosecutor got the facts wrong. At one point, she interrupted the judge to proudly correct him on exactly how much caustic soda was needed to melt a human body properly. She was found guilty and sent to a criminal asylum, exactly as the fortune teller had predicted. She died there in 1970 from a stroke. Leonarda Cianciulli believed she was saving her family, but all she did was feed her friends to her neighbors. So, the next time a sweet old lady offers you a homemade treat, look very closely at what you're eating.